What is going on, guys? Dicker here with another video. Now we're back at it in the garden because we're heading down to the shed once again, because you guys know about this title of this video that today we are installing some side skirts on the car, but not just any side skirts, Temu special. Now I got the car washed yesterday, it's looking spanking clean, so today is the day, the sun's shining and it's the perfect day to install them. Now let me take them out the shed and I'll show you what they look like. Okay guys, so here we've got the side skirts. Now this is a 3-piece side skirt, meaning that there's 3 pieces you need to connect together to obviously make the full side skirts. So it's going to be interesting to see how these will fit. Now originally this cost me $18.99, I believe. However, there was a little bit of a scratch on one of them, but on the side that you're not going to see because it's going to be underneath the car anyway. I actually got a partial refund and I think it only cost me about 12 quid or 15 quid, something like that, which is an absolute bargain if I do say so myself. But as you guys can see it's gloss black. It's extremely nice. So we're going to take these around the front to the car and start getting these fitted in. Another thing that we're going to use today is a rivet gun and some rivets. Now you guys know that I use this to install my front splitter, and I definitely recommend them. This is the best way and secure way to be able to install any body part on your vehicle, side skirts, front splitter, anything like that, because it's just safe. I've had my front splitter for a long time now and I've had no issues. Let's take this around the front and let's have a look at how we're going to get these installed.
So here we've got everything that we need. We've got of course the masking tape, we've got the tape measure, we've got the drill as well, and of course we've got instruction manuals, we've got the rivet gun, and of course this little saw, and I'm going to tell you what we're going to need this for exactly. But then of course we've got the jack stands, and also we have the jack to be able to get the car up to install the side skirts correctly. Now the main reason we're going to need the saw is for this section. Now this is the jacking point on the vehicle. We need to ensure that we can cut the side skirts around, because whenever we want to jack the car in the future or take it to dealership, we don't want any pressure on the side skirt, so we need to ensure that we make an opening for it to always have enough space to be able to put in the jack or wherever it's taken, so nothing ever happens. By this point I've measured the jacking point against the side skirt. As you guys can see, I've measured it up and I've got the green tape, so I know exactly where I need to cut. Now ideally this would work a lot better if you had an electrical saw. However, I borrowed it to my dad, so I don't have one at this point, and I had to do with the handheld one. But if you guys have got an electrical one, definitely do use it.
Just pausing the video there for a second, guys, to remind you not to forget to use my codes, which are in the description below. Go check out Carbon Marine and Max Inspedients. If you guys want to get some great products which are going to enhance the look of your car, then go check them out. But that is it, and let's continue with the rest of the video. Alright guys, so I finally cut it out. Now as you guys can see, it's not perfect, but it doesn't have to be perfect, because like I said, no one's going to see it. It's pretty much going to be like this. No one's going to be able to see that part. It's just so we don't end up snapping this. Now of course, like you guys know, I do need to connect it. It's a 3-piece set. So what I'm going to do is, now that I've done that, I know that side is done, I'm going to connect it, because I need to see the length of that to be able to do also the one. There's one of these ones I need to cut out also at the front of the car. Once that's done, then if there's also length to it, it's too long, I can cut it off to make sure it's perfect. So, but I think this should fit overall, I think, on the car. So let me jack the car up so we can show you how this is actually going to look once it's underneath. As you guys can probably see, hopefully you guys can see this, but this is exactly how we want to fit it. Not sure if you guys can see, but there is enough gap in here, also on this side, for the side skirt to be able to put one of these jacks, as you guys can see.
So by this point I was putting the 3-piece side skirt together. Now I do recommend that if you are going to do it on the floor like me, ensure you have something underneath to be able to protect the side skirt. Don't do it straight into the ground and the concrete, because when you're screwing it on, you're just going to scrape it against the ground and you're going to end up with loads of scratches on your side skirts, and no one really wants that. So yeah, make sure that you have something underneath it. You'll see me later on, I use a plastic bag, because of course my mat wasn't long enough. Now you probably noticed that when I'm putting the pieces together, there's a little bit of the bend exactly where they join up. Now the reason for that is just because of the pressure of the screw, but once you install the side skirts underneath the car with the rivets and it's going to be all tight, that's going to straighten out, so don't worry about it. Now that the side skirt was together, it was time to measure up the other jacking point, but firstly I had to hold it up while I measured it, and it was a little bit difficult, but managed to do it at the end. I also had to measure the length of the side skirt. It was a little bit longer than my car, it was close to my front wheel, but again I measured that out, so I was able to cut it out later on. So by this point we was working on the front section of the side skirt. We measured out 2 different parts which we needed to cut out. Now I'll explain to you in the next clip why we had to measure for 2 sections.
Alright guys, so I pretty much cut out this part, which is obviously the part we're going to jag, but there was also another trim sticking out, so we cut it out another part. I've tested it out, that's perfect. Now this is the part that we need to cut out to be able to measure it with the other side. Now I'm hoping I can get it straight. I need to do my best because it is quite hard with this. So far guys, it's looking decent. Now hopefully this is going to be easier since it's one way down and we can follow the line. So yeah, let me just do this. I'm not going to bother filming, I'm going to do this, show you how it ends up, and then we're going to be ready to install the right hand side.
So I wasn't going to show the spot, however my neighbour saw me struggling, so big shout out to him. He came out with an electrical saw, borrowed me, and actually even helped me. Now you guys have seen him helping me cut this section. He actually also helps me do the entire side skirt on the other side. So again, big shout out to him. He really helped me out and I really appreciate it. So the time came to finally install the side skirts. I'm not gonna lie guys, this was a little bit challenging, especially because you have to try to balance it, and also drilling through the bottom end of the car where you're going to put the side skirts was really hard, so you have to give it some power. But at the end of it, my shoulders and elbows were absolutely killing me, and of course when you're using the rivet gun as well, you do have to push it in hard and pump it, so again a lot of pressure is on your shoulders. But just ensure guys, take your time, don't rush it. You guys do hear me on the next clip, I am out of breath because you have to put some manpower behind it.
So you guys can see it, that's where we did all the cutouts, so the jack can fit there nicely. It looks really nice. It's looking really cool, so I'm really pleased with it. Obviously this edge, what we've done is we've stuck a smoother edge, as you guys can see there. It's got a bit of tiger seal, hopefully that looks nice when it's done. But yeah, overall this is one side done. I'm going to get on with doing the other side, but I'm not going to show you that guys because it's going to be boring. I'm just going to crack on with the other side. Hopefully I get it done today, if not it's going to be another day, and then show you guys the results.
Okay, so I wasn't really going to show this part, but I actually ended up grafting all night to be able to install the other side. As you guys can see here on my CCTV, I'm here drilling and trying to install it because I didn't want to leave it hanging too late. But yeah, overall I finished it, and I did have to add a couple of extra rivets in the morning, but overall it was fully fitted on that day. Now this is a different day, and the car was spotless clean for about a week, but now it's dirty. However, I gave it a bit of a clean because I had an issue that this part in here, I didn't technically attach it as good as possible. I went and bought some new rivets, and I bought some larger ones this time from Tool Station. These are perfect sizes, so I would recommend you guys use 4.8 times 20 mils because they're the perfect size. But let me show you, as you guys can see, there's the big fat one I had to add. See if it focuses, because basically this needed to hold up a little bit more. We've got a little plastic trim there, I don't know if you guys can see it. Inside there's a little plastic trim, so it doesn't let you push it all the way flush against the car. So having to put one extra there to push it up higher is what you need to do, because originally this was slanting down a bit, I noticed as I was driving, but I've just fixed it. And another thing is, you guys probably remember by my Temu video, we actually purchased these from Temu. Now these are like side skirts for the rear, so these I'm going to install them right now and make use of it, since we've got the Temu side skirt specials. Now we've got these side skirts which are going to go against here, basically like that. Let me show you, that's how basically it's going to go. And I think, to be honest,
It's going to make it look a lot more aggressive at the rear. It should look nice, to be honest, and it's better than just having a round edge. We want to have a bit of, you know, dynamic aggressiveness look into it. So I'm going to go and install this quickly, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like.
So these were a little bit fiddly to put on just because it was quite silky and slippery against the car paint for some reason, but it's probably because we're both gloss black. However, as you guys can see, I've already added 2 of them and I'm doing the 3rd one. Now I made sure that I measured this side compared to the other side as well when I installed the 2nd one in, to ensure that they was both on the same level. But yeah, overall I think these look absolutely amazing, and I can't believe I actually had these sitting around with me for about 11 months, but they're finally on the car, and I think the car is overall shaping up really, really nice, and there's a lot more to come, guys, so looking forward to share with that with you soon.
Finally done. I've done this side now as well, obviously going with the side skirt. Now, like always, beautiful English weather decides to absolutely chuck it down, so I'm drenched, but we've managed to be able to install that, and I think, to be honest, it adds a bit more of an aggressiveness, especially because it's too round on this side. And I think what I want to do with the rear diffuser to look more aggressive, I think it's definitely going to stand out. Now, as you guys can see, that over there is perfect because it was sticking out so much, but now it's looking mint, as you guys can see, and I'm happy with that. So let's go.
Now you guys are probably wondering what is going on here, and now this is something that I really wanted to share with everybody, and it's something that really made me smile. Now, of course, you know that we modify our cars because it makes us happy and we appreciate our cars. Some people might not like what we do to our cars, but others might. Now the binman came to collect the bin, and they literally saw the car and they were like loving it, and it really made me smile because it kind of makes you think, do you know what, you've put all this effort into the car, you like it, but then when someone else also appreciates it, it's quite nice. So yeah, just watch the clip and enjoy.
Alright guys, so that is the end of today's video. I really do hope you guys have enjoyed it. Now, this Temu side skirts actually turns out a lot better than what I expected. To say they were only 15 quid, I think is an absolute bargain. Of course, I did get a little bit of a refund because obviously I had a little bit of a scratch. But again, for 15 quid, I'm not complaining. And now I don't know if these are still the same price. The full price was about £18. But I did buy these about 3 to 4 months ago, so again, I'm not sure what the price is, but I'll find it and I'll put the link in the description below for you guys to check it out. But overall, it turns out really, really nice. Big shout out to my neighbour for helping me out, borrowing me some tools and also assisted me in cutting some of the side skirts, the holes that I needed out. So again, big shout out to him. And yeah, it turned out amazing. I'll tell you guys into a little secret as well, is that I'm actually attending tracks this year in August, and I'll be in the Seat Modify stands. So I'm trying to get this car looking as amazing as possible, aggressive looking, and yeah, just overall just make it look a lot better, ready for the show. Now, if you guys are attending, that'll be fantastic. Comment below if you're going, it'll be good to see you guys there. But that is it. Now, there's plenty more videos coming. As you guys know, I'm attending tracks, so there'll be plenty more videos coming up for things that we need to do to the car. But that is it for today. I really do hope you guys have enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit that like button as well, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.